For my first real episode of Polypop, there was only ever one option. This is the song that started it all. It's the first piece of pop culture that made me go, come on guys, there's a better way. Oh my god, that hook is so catchy, and I hate that it makes me love it as much as I do. My ears love this song, but my brain hates it so much. I would not be starting this show if it weren't for the awful, awful reaction that happens every time I hear it. I'd like to preface this by saying that I don't usually follow celebrities or tabloids, but once I found out that this song was based on a true story, I kind of had to know everything. Apparently, Ed Sheeran spent some time dating Ellie Goulding, and this song is about the time she cheated on him with Niall Horan, who, in case you didn't know, is the goofy one in One Direction. Ed claims that the second he wrote the song, he was over the incident, and he doesn't think of it as being tied to anyone in particular anymore, but he also knew a hit song when he saw one. So he proceeded to air other people's dirty laundry in the public eye for profit, because apparently maintaining the moral high ground is for suckers. Anyways, without further ado, what follows is an artistic representation of what my brain puts me through every single time I hear this song.
Met this girl late last year, she said, don't you worry if I disappear.
Sounds to me like she's saying, don't expect me to always be around like a serious girlfriend would be. I wonder if she means what she says.
I told her I'm not really looking for another mistake.
And she just told you right up front that she would be a mistake. So we all shook hands and walked away like adults. Right?
I called an old friend thinking that the trouble would wait, but then I jumped right in. A week later returned. I reckon she was only looking for a lover to burn.
And you're looking for more than a fling, so you already know you're looking for different things and you let it go. Right?
But I gave her my time for 2 or 3 nights.
Nope. You just went ahead and ignored everything you knew about this girl.
Then I put it on pause until the moment was right.
Thus clearly showing that you don't respect a word she says, because she told you she wasn't going to be serious, and you're still acting like giving her your time means she's going to change her wants to fit your wants.
I went away for months until our paths crossed again. She told me I was never looking for a friend. Maybe you could swing by my room around 10. Baby, bring the lemon and a bottle of gin. We'll be in between the sheets till the late AM. Baby, if you wanted me, then you should have just said
Could that have been a more explicit booty call? You bring the booze, I bring the bed, and a good time shall be had by all. Here lies the problem. Ed apparently believes that one hookup means you are now in a committed relationship. Ellie didn't write a song about Ed, so we have to guess what she was thinking, but I feel there's a good chance that it might be something along the lines of, hey, here's a man I have chemistry with, and my life could be improved by allowing this chemistry to happen. Life is too short to sleep alone if I don't have to, so let's go.
She's singing, don't win my love.
How is she fucking with your love if she told you she isn't going to stick around?
That heart is so cold, all over my own. I don't wanna know that, babe.
She's playing by the rules that you agreed to. She gave you the end-user license agreement, and it is not her fault if you chose to believe that she didn't mean it. She told you.
And for a couple weeks I only wanna see her. We drink away the days with a takeaway pizza.
Oh, well, that's romance right there.
Before a text message was the only way to reach her. Now she's staying at my place and loves the way I treat her. Singing out Aretha all over the track like a feature. And never wants to sleep, I guess that I don't want to either.
Ah, the honeymoon period.
But me and her, we make money the same way. 4 cities, 2 planes the same day. And those shows have never been what it's about. But maybe we'll go together and just figure it out. I'd rather put on a film with you and sit on the couch. But we should get on a plane or we'll be missing it now.
Yes, as a matter of fact, you should remember that you both have careers. And you shouldn't sabotage them unless you have plans to get married and make babies together. which has already been covered, she told you was not how it was going to be.
Wish I'd have written it down, the way that things played out. When she was kissing him, how I was confused about. Now she should figure it out while I'm sat here singing.
Unless I'm missing something, I think she does have it figured out. It's that thing she told you back at the very beginning of this song.
On my hotel door, I don't even know if she knows what for. She was crying on my shoulder.
On one hand, I kind of want to admit defeat and say this is where my entire argument falls apart. This sure sounds like the action of a guilty conscience. On the other hand, maybe this is the exact moment that proves everything I'm trying to say, though. Ellie clearly wasn't interested in being monogamous with Ed, but given basic societal rules, that's the only way to have a romantic relationship. If options like polyamory were more widespread, Ellie wouldn't have to feel guilty for living her life with whatever people happened to enter it. So yes, this section makes it sound like Ellie made a promise of monogamy and then broke that promise. The question remains, though, did the possibility of non-monogamy ever come up? And if it didn't, shouldn't it have?
I already told you, trust and respect is what we do this for.
Or, you know, the good times and the sex.
I never intended to be next.
But she told you next is all you were going to be.
But you didn't need to take him to bed, that's all.
But she wanted to. And unless I'm missing something, she has that right. I really feel like if she made any grand one and only promises, always and forever, that would have made it into the song. And I don't see any grand promises listed here. If the let's be exclusive monogamous committed conversation happened, that should be here and I don't see it here.
And I never saw him as a threat.
On one hand, I can't blame you there. On the other hand, I am really sure he said the same thing about you.
Until you disappeared with him to have sex, of course. It's not like we were both on tour. We were staying at the same hotel floor.
Okay. This much I am willing to grant to Ed. If you have plans with someone at a specific time, it sucks being bailed on. If you thought you were both going to spend this trip together and it didn't go that way, I can see being pretty pissed. There's a phrase in polyamory. Love is infinite, time is not. In intentional, planned, consensual polyamory, the biggest concern is making sure that every partner gets as much time with each other as they feel is appropriate. Perhaps if Ed and Ellie were dating under explicitly polyamorous rules, this could have been avoided.
And I wasn't looking for a promise or commitment.
Damn it, Ed! I was all sorts of ready to start feeling bad for you, and then you dropped this bullshit? This entire song has been whining about how you want promise and commitment, and they're butthurt that you didn't get it by playing the nice guy card.
But it was never just fun, and I thought you were different.
Except for that part where she told you exactly what it was and exactly how she is.
This is not the way you realized what you wanted.
You're right. It would have been a lot better if she realized it at the beginning and told you. Which she did!
It's a bit too much too late if I'm honest.
You're right. It would have been better if she said something at the beginning. Which she fucking did. Just to be clear, if a promise of monogamy exists, I don't support cheating on your partner. It sounds like Ed believed that promise existed, and whether she wanted it to or not, maybe Ellie gave it, just because that's what society says you do when you're seeing someone. Had polyamory entered this conversation, this would have been a non-event. Ellie and Ed are good together, Ellie and Niall are good together, and if the tabloids are to be believed, one of Niall's other girlfriends and Ed are good together. And, if BuzzFeed is to be believed, Niall and Ed have a pretty great romance going on too, despite all that happened here. There could have been a nice little poly loop going on, but instead there's angst. If the people involved in this episode hadn't expected monogamy to be the way of things, everyone could have been a lot happier. Well, except the world would have been deprived of that totally awesome hook.
Singing, don't win my love, that heart